Hi everyone! Today I am bringing you two reviews on two different Shany products, and the first is the Shany Cosmetics 12-piece brush set, and the second is also Shany Cosmetics, and it is their neutral palette. It's hard to center this on the camera when I can't see around it. So I'm going to start with the good, and then I'll end with the bad. So the good is this palette. I absolutely love this palette. It's very large, as you can see, and you open it up, it comes with, I love this, there's a great little shield protector for all the colors, and I'll try and hold it up. You can see it's a beautiful range of shades. I absolutely love these. I do most of my makeup using this palette, and I thought this was the perfect palette for me because I use primarily neutral colors. I'm not really a bright color person, and if I do use bright colors, I have a really cheapo collection that I have from Ulta that I use for bright colors, which is pretty rare. So I love this palette. There's a great mix of mattes and shimmers. You get a whole range from light to dark, and a lot of these are dupes for the Urban Naked palettes. I've found dupes for MAC in these. So I love this palette. The pigments are really bright. It is worth getting. I got this on Amazon, and it was actually a birthday gift. And I absolutely love this. The only complaint I have about this palette is that the mirror has already come loose, and I'm actually going to have to glue this back in because it keeps falling out on me, and I'm starting to worry that it is going to crack some of the palette colors, and that would be awful if that happened. So I love this palette. It's great bang for your buck. It's ultra pigmented. They've got a huge range from matte to shimmer shades, and they're filled with dupes for a lot of high-end brands and colors, and they go on so beautifully. I don't know if you can see what I've got on right now, but this is all from this palette, except for the bottom. I used a blue on the bottom line from my cheapy stuff. But I love this. It is such a great deal. Fantastic palette. Can't say enough good about this. Now here's the bad part. These brushes. I had high hopes for these brushes. I'm really disappointed in it. It was supposed to be a leather case from what I understand. It came in a vinyl case, and it's a very cheap vinyl case. Fortunately, it hasn't ripped or anything on me yet. And when you open up the case, it looks like this. I'm going to try and hold this up so you can see. You've got 12 brushes. The large ones come with brush guards. I really wanted to like this brush set. I had high hopes for it. It worked very well when I first started using it, and I was like, yes, I finally have a good set of brushes to use for my makeup. And then as time went on, I started thinking that my palette was bad, this beautiful one, and I thought, why am I having problems putting on this palette when I look at other reviews and they say it's so pigmented, I can't get over how wonderful the colors are. And I thought there's got to be something wrong. And then I remembered reading somewhere that if you use cheap brushes, no matter how good your product is that you're putting on your face or your eyes, that's going to look cheap and it's not going to go on well. And I thought, oh, maybe it's these brushes. And I have a whole bunch of little throwaway brushes. So I have like this double-ended, excuse me, travel one from Posh. And I love this little travel set. If you need like a really fast, cheap travel set, Posh makes really high quality synthetic brushes. So anyway, I grabbed this little cheap one and I tried it out with the palette, and it worked beautifully. I could not believe how good the palette was. I had no idea it was as good as it was because these brushes just aren't good. They soak up all of the color. It says it's a mix of natural and synthetic hair. It doesn't tell you what kind of natural hair it is. It doesn't tell you what kind of synthetic hair it is. They leave it completely blank. As you can see, the brushes have not retained their shape. I don't know, for some reason it's not focusing, but this brush, the bristles have just gone haywire, and I have barely cleaned these. I take very good care of my supplies because they need to last me. And they've already started going on me. They suck up all of the color. I can't use any of the large brushes because they shed like crazy all over my face. It looks like I've grown a beard after I use them for any kind of product, whether it's a liquid product, a cream product, or a powder product. And already, which brush was it? One of the brushes, I think it's this one, the handle is already loose and it rocks around when I use it. I don't think you can hear it, but it's rocking. So I'm really disappointed. You know, I haven't used these that long. You can see it's already, can you see it's shedding as I hold it? I guess the camera's not good enough, but it's like shedding as I'm holding it up. So I'm just really disappointed in these. I was hoping for much better quality, especially since the palette is so good. Um, so I don't recommend getting these brushes. I'm really bummed out because that means I have to find a new brush set. I've got my eye on the Coastal Scents 22 piece, and I'm going to hope that has a lot better reviews than this one, so I'm hoping that will work out much better. So unfortunately, I do not recommend the Shany brushes. Mine have just completely gone to pot on me. So these are not good. I don't recommend these. Don't waste your money getting them. But the palette is excellent. I highly recommend this palette. It is so fantastic. I cannot say enough good things. And if you need brighter colors, just get those little quads that you can find in a drugstore. Or you can go to Ulta and get a really cheap, one of the Ulta really cheap promo palettes boxes. I have one of those. Maybe I'll show it in a later video. And I use that for bright colors. And I don't typically use bright colors, so this really is my go-to palette. I use it for eyebrows, my eyes. It's just phenomenal. So of the two, I recommend the palette. Do not recommend the brushes, unfortunately, and I feel bad for saying that, but they weren't good quality, and now I have to find a whole new brush set, and I'm kind of bummed because it's hard to find a good affordable brush set. So now I have to save up my money to get the Coastal Scents because I'm not going to try another Shany product or anything else that's got rather dubious reviews. So I hope these reviews helped you. If you have any extra questions that I can answer about the palettes or the brushes or how they have degraded on me completely, feel free to go ahead and ask me, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.